Hello again, my friend. I'm so glad you're here, ready to drift away with me for a little while. Tonight, imagine you're lying not just in your bed, but also on the warm, quiet floor of a Peruvian desert, where mysterious lines whisper stories across the sands. Just like you, the earth is still and waiting. So go ahead, adjust your pillow, let your shoulders melt into the mattress. Take a slow, deep breath in, and as you exhale, release the weight of the day. Now, let's explore these desert enigmas together. In the moments ahead, I'll share a handful of gentle facts about the Nazca lines, each one a quiet revelation to carry you deeper into calm. If you drift off before the end, that's perfectly all right. These stories will be here for you tomorrow. If nights like these help you unwind, I invite you to subscribe, and I'll return whenever you need a peaceful companion. Now, let's begin our journey. One of the most intriguing shapes on the Nazca Plain is a figure often called the astronaut. It stands there with wide, curious eyes and arms lifted toward the sky, as if offering a greeting to something far beyond. The figure was created by carefully brushing aside the dark, sun-scorched stones, revealing the pale sand beneath. Against that light canvas, the astronaut seems to float, suspended in a silent, eternal wave, its large eyes staring upward. The desert wind has whispered over it for centuries, yet it remains, an open question etched into the earth. Looking at it, you can almost feel the wonder of the people who placed it there, sending a quiet message into the cosmos. It's a gentle hello from the past, waiting for an answer we may never fully grasp. Then there is the hummingbird, a design of such grace that it almost seems to hover above the desert floor. Stretching over 300 feet, its slender beak and sweeping wings are traced with lines so precise they feel like a breath on glass. The true magic reveals itself only when you rise above, as if you were a cloud drifting over. From high in the air, the bird takes full shape, its delicate contours matching the gentle curve of a hummingbird in flight. The Nazca artists could never see their work from that vantage, yet they crafted it with a vision that reached beyond their own eyes. Now, as you rest, picture that perfect bird gliding silently across the sands, a fleeting moment frozen forever. The lines you're imagining were not carved with heavy tools, but with patient hands. Between 500 BCE and 500 CE, the Nazca people walked these plains and gently lifted the dark, iron oxide pebbles from the surface. Beneath them lay a soft, pale yellow soil, a hidden canvas waiting to be revealed. By moving the stones aside, they etched permanent images that shimmer in the low desert light. It was a quiet, deliberate act, a form of writing with the earth itself, each stone a word. The result is a gallery that has endured millennia, the pale lines glowing faintly under the moonlight as you drift towards sleep. Many who study these lines believe they were more than art. They were a map of the sky. The straight lines stretch for miles, aligning with the solstice and the rising points of bright stars. On certain nights, the Milky Way would mirror the designs below, creating a quiet bridge between heaven and earth. Imagine standing there at dusk, the first stars piercing the velvet sky, and knowing that the ground beneath your feet marked their path. The Nazca people walked these alignments, perhaps in ceremony, tracing the seasons with their steps. It was a way of living in harmony with the cosmos, a silent conversation between the earth and the stars. Finally, let your thoughts settle on the spider, a geometric wonder woven into the desert floor. One of its legs curls outward in a perfect logarithmic spiral, a shape that appears in seashells and galaxies. That long, rhythmic curve suggests a profound understanding of mathematics, achieved without compass or ruler. The Nazca measured and shaped this arachnid with incredible care, its form echoing the delicate precision of a spider's web. It's a reminder that even the smallest creatures carry a hidden complexity. As you lie here in the quiet, imagine that spiral leg gently unwinding, drawing you deeper into a peaceful, dreamlike state. High on the Peruvian plateau, the air is astonishingly still, almost as if it is holding its breath in reverence for what lies below. Rain is a rare visitor here, with only a whisper of moisture gracing the earth each year, and the winds are so gentle they barely stir the dust. This arid climate is a silent guardian, a patient custodian that has watched over the lines for millennia. In this place, time itself seems to slow down, wrapping the landscape in a gentle hush that freezes the moments into eternity. The lines, etched into the earth by hands long gone, rest in a windless slumber untouched by the ravages of weather. It is a quiet protection, born from the desert's own embrace, preserving a mystery for us to wonder at with a soft, curious gaze. Across this sun-drenched terrain, many of the ancient lines guide the eye towards something remarkable: the Puquios. These are spiral-shaped aqueducts, winding down into the earth like sacred wells, bringing life-giving water to the thirsty desert. Imagine the cool, dark tunnels lined with stones, each carefully placed by the Nazca people to channel precious moisture from underground springs. This ingenuity transformed the parched landscape, allowing them to cultivate lush gardens that burst with green vitality amidst the golden warmth. Water, so scarce on the surface, flowed secretly below, nourishing crops and communities with a quiet, steady rhythm. It is a gentle dance between human creativity and nature's hidden gifts, a curious adaptation that whispers of a deep understanding of the land and a connection to the resilience and hope that flowed through that ancient civilization. One of the most enchanting figures carved into the plateau is the monkey geoglyph. Its form is drawn with a single, unbroken line, and the tail spirals inward with a playful, deliberate curl that evokes a sense of slow, rhythmic dance. This monkey, with its lively posture, seems almost to move across the earth, as if caught in a moment of gentle curiosity. It is not a native of this stark desert, for monkeys dwell in the lush, distant jungles that lie beyond the horizon. This suggests that the Nazca people carried images of these exotic lands in their minds, weaving dreams of verdant green into the golden tapestry of the plateau. In its spiraling tail, we sense a bridge between worlds, a quiet reminder that inspiration can travel far, settling into ancient art like a soft, whispered thought. To craft these vast images upon the earth, the Nazca people must have employed a system of ropes and stakes, a simple yet profound geometry that ensured every proportion was true. Picture a group of people moving in slow, meditative harmony across the plateau, unrolling long ropes to mark the lines, placing stakes to guide the curves. Their steps would have been careful and intentional, each footprint a soft impression on the dust, as they worked together to shape forms visible only from the sky. This was not hurried labor, but rather a patient, almost sacred act, where the very act of creation was a form of devotion. The vastness of their canvas, the golden expanse under the pale blue sky, demanded a quiet focus that we can still feel today. In this rhythm of rope and stake, we find a curious reminder of how precision and art can bloom from simplicity, with every curve soft and intentional. When you walk upon this plateau, the sensation is one of being adrift on a vast golden ocean of stillness. The ground stretches out endlessly, its warm hues blending with the pale blue sky in a gentle, hazy horizon. There is a profound quiet here, a deep silence that seems to wrap around you like a blanket, holding the ancient mysteries of the lines in a timeless embrace. The air is thick with a sense of peace, so calm that you can almost hear the whispers of the past carried on the barely there breeze. Every footstep feels significant, yet small, on this canvas of history, where the earth cradles the secrets of the Nazca people. In this gentle haze, the lines become more than mere drawings. They are a quiet invitation to wonder, to let our curiosity drift softly like dust in the sunlight, exploring the edges of an enigma that has rested here for millennia. Let us wander into the desert of southern Peru, where the Nazca lines stretch out like dreams etched into the earth. The most breathtaking aspect of these geoglyphs is their immense scale, with some stretching over 1,200 feet across the desert floor. Imagine standing on that arid plateau, and your eye catches the shape of a hummingbird, its wings outstretched in a silent glide, or a spider with legs reaching like delicate threads across the earth. These drifting shapes were not carved by chance, but by careful hands that removed the dark, iron oxide-coated pebbles one by one, uncovering the lighter, golden sand beneath. It is a quiet revelation of light hidden under darkness, a canvas of patience and vision on a colossal scale. Many of these ancient artists focused on a singular, flowing line that never crosses itself, creating a peaceful, continuous path across the earth. Picture a line that meanders like a gentle river, unwavering and pure, extending for miles across the quiet plateau. It guides your imagination along its course, never interrupting itself, as if the artist sought to trace a journey that had only a beginning and an end, with no conflict in between. These winding lines are not just marks on the ground, they are invitations to follow a story written in stone, a silent narrative that unfolds with every step of the eye. Archaeologists believe these designs served as celestial mirrors, aligning with the positions of stars and constellations as they floated across the night sky. Consider the Nazca people looking up at the heavens, mapping the gentle drift of the cosmos onto the firm soil of their home. By drawing the stars down to the earth, they created a sacred connection, a bridge between the grounding dust and the infinite silent expanse above. Each geoglyph might have been a reflection of a constellation, a way to touch the untouchable and to anchor the fleeting beauty of the night into the permanence of the desert floor.
The delicate preservation of these lines is owed to the stillness of the Peruvian plateau, one of the driest places on Earth. In this quiet corner of the world, rain is a rare visitor, and the wind moves with a soft, steady grace, never stirring enough to disturb the ancient etchings. For over 2,000 years, these lines have rested undisturbed, like a memory held in amber, protected by the patience of climate and time. It is a gentle reminder that some things endure not through force, but through the calm that surrounds them.
The astronaut figure is one of the most curious enigmas, depicting a humanoid shape with large, wide eyes waving from the side of a gentle slope. This figure seems to greet modern eyes with a hint of mystery, as if it knows secrets from the past. While it sparks our curiosity with thoughts of other worlds, it likely represents a shaman or a spiritual guide, a being who walks between the physical and spirit realms. Imagine this figure. With eyes that see beyond the horizon, drifting as a guardian of thresholds, its silent wave a bridge between what we see and what we feel. And so these lines remain, a quiet enigma under the sun, waiting for us to listen to their silent stories. Imagine the ancient Nazca people, standing on the vast empty expanse of the desert with no way to see their creation from above. They likely used a simple system of ropes and wooden stakes, driven into the dry earth, to form a guiding grid. This slow, patient process allowed them to transform small sketches into monumental artworks stretching across the land. Each step must have felt like a meditative practice, where precision arose from calm repetition rather than rushed urgency. The quiet dedication required to align these lines over miles speaks to a profound connection between art, land, and spirit. In the silence of the desert, you can almost hear the soft whisper of ropes being tied and stakes being placed, a gentle rhythm lost to time. Some researchers have proposed a deeply practical purpose for these desert lines, a map for water. In a landscape where rain is a rare blessing, the markings might trace the hidden flow of underground aquifers beneath the thirsty surface. By following these earthen paths, the community could locate life-giving springs hidden like secrets under the warm sand. Picture them walking along the lines, their feet sinking slightly as they sought the cool promise of water below. It was a silent dialogue between survival and art, where geometry became a guide to sustenance. In the stillness of a desert night, you might imagine those lines glowing faintly under starlight, leading the way to a hidden stream. Consider the Hummingbird geoglyph, etched into the golden dust with soft curving lines that seem to capture the very essence of flight. Its long beak reaches forward, while its wide wings stretch across the landscape, frozen in a moment of graceful suspension. The design is so delicate that it echoes the lightness of a real hummingbird hovering over a flower. In the quiet of the desert, you can almost sense the faint vibration of wings, even though the bird is made of ancient earth. This geoglyph reminds us how art can hold time, preserving a breath, a flutter, a fleeting instant of beauty. It rests there beneath the open sky, a silent testament to motion trapped in stillness. The Nazca culture thrived from around 200 BCE to 600 CE, weaving a rich legacy into the fabric of their existence. Beyond the geoglyphs, they created intricate textiles and pottery that echo the motifs seen in the desert drawings. Soft patterns of birds, fish, and spiraling spirits weave a consistent story of harmony across their art. Holding a piece of their cloth, you might feel the gentle thread count and see how nature's forms were honored in everyday life. This continuity suggests a people deeply in tune with their environment, where the ground beneath their feet was both canvas and cosmology. In the hush of a museum or a desert dig, these artifacts whisper of a civilization that saw beauty in every layer of existence. When observed from a quiet height, perhaps from a low hill or a drifting balloon, the desert unveils a soft tapestry of beige and ochre hues. The lines blend so seamlessly into the horizon that they seem like natural veins on the Earth's sleeping face. It is a peaceful landscape where the ground becomes a giant slumbering canvas, and each mark is a gentle breath in its dream. You can imagine the cool morning air carrying the scent of dry grass as the sun rises to illuminate this ancient narrative. There is no hurry here, only the slow revelation of patterns made by hands long turned to dust. In this view, the desert feels like a lullaby carved into the planet, inviting you to rest and wonder. Still drifting with me through the desert night? That is perfectly fine. These ancient stories are here to hold you whenever you are ready to return. A gentle light helps guide wandering souls to this quiet place. Imagine standing on the desert floor, where the most mysterious aspect of these ancient lines is how they vanish from sight, appearing only as soft, gentle trails in the dust. From your feet, they seem like quiet whispers of a larger story, barely noticed in the vast desert peace. They were created to be seen from a floating view, suggesting the Nazca people held a dreamlike awareness of space and form. This deep knowledge of geometry and planning was held in their hearts, long before anyone could rise above the earth to confirm it. It feels like a secret left behind, meant for the stars or the spirits above to witness, as if they painted the desert floor with a gentle, knowing hand. Glide now to the hummingbird, among the most cherished figures, a delicate shape of grace etched into the dry canvas. Its wings spread nearly 310 feet, yet the lines are drawn with such tender precision that every curve mirrors the flutter of a real bird, captured in a moment of stillness and peace. The hummingbird stands as a testament to the peaceful artistry of the ancient ones, where every line was placed with care. The artists poured a quiet devotion into this work, reflecting a deep respect for nature's soft beauty. This geoglyph seems to hover in the desert air, a gentle reminder of life's fleeting, quiet moments. To bring these vast images to life, the ancient artists simply walked across the desert floor, their footsteps a delicate brushstroke on the earth. They removed the dark iron oxide-coated pebbles, revealing a lighter, sandy layer underneath, as if peeling back a thin veil of time. Imagine the careful footsteps, each one a note in a silent song of creation. This simple act created a soft contrast, a gentle palette of earth tones that has endured for thousands of years. Over 2 millennia, these markings have remained visible, held in place by the stillness of time, a quiet magic where the earth itself becomes a canvas for dreams that never fade. The spider geoglyph is a wonder of continuous line, stretching over 150 feet in a single, unbroken flow that pulls the viewer into its spiral. This wandering line curves and loops, never lifting from the ground, like a thread spun by a quiet hand, inviting a sense of calm reflection. Many believe this may have been a ritual walkway, where people moved in silent, meditative procession. Footsteps would trace the spider's form, connecting with the earth in a slow, sacred dance. In that endless line, there is a feeling of eternity, a path that whispers of ancient prayers and peaceful thoughts. The Nazca Plateau rests in one of the driest places on Earth, a realm of profound stillness where the climate is a guardian, keeping these designs safe. Here, the winds barely stir and the rains rarely fall, wrapping the lines in a cocoon of quiet preservation. This stillness allows the fragile markings to drift through the centuries, untouched and eternal. They lie in a state of peaceful slumber. Many researchers imagine the Nazca lines as a giant, open-air calendar, delicately attuned to the gentle rise of the sun during the winter solstice. These ancient markers help the community sync their lives with the slow, rhythmic cycles of the cosmos. The winter solstice brought a particular light, a soft, angled glow that traced the lines with a whispering precision, as if the sun itself was drawing them anew each year. Each dawn, the bright orb inched along the horizon, caressing the earth and telling the people when to plant, when to harvest, and when to cherish the quiet times of reflection. It was a profound harmony, a silent, sacred conversation between the land and the sky that guided generations in tranquil step with the universe. The monkey figure, with its whimsical spiraled tail, showcases a playful side of the Nazca culture. This curved geometry suggests a deep connection to the living creatures of the distant rainforests, brought to life in the silent sands. The tail spirals with a joyful elegance, capturing the essence of a creature from a lush, green world far removed from the desert's dryness and heat. It is as if the Nazca people carried the memory of the jungle with them, etching its spirit into the earth with care and a tender reverence for nature. The figure rests there, a gentle echo of laughter and life, cradled by the timeless stillness of the sands that hold it safe and serene. Beneath the surface, the Nazca people engineered Puquios, a series of winding, spiral-shaped underground aqueducts. These stone-lined channels allowed water to flow softly through the desert, sustaining life in a landscape of golden stillness. The water moved with a quiet, melodious murmur, a soothing sound echoing through the dark, cool tunnels that ran like veins under the earth. These spirals mirrored the geoglyphs above, a hidden geometry linking the world of water to the world of sky in a seamless, living web. The life-giving moisture seeped gently into the soil, nurturing roots and quenching thirst, all in a gentle, unseen dance of survival and sustenance. The vast Great Rectangle is one of the largest figures, creating a peaceful, enclosed space that may have been used for community gatherings. Its clean, sweeping borders evoke a sense of order and sanctuary amidst the wide-open plateau. Walking into this shape, the vastness of the desert feels momentarily contained, offering a sense of safety and deep communion with the land and with each other. People might have gathered here under the endless canopy of stars, their soft voices mingling with the profound silence of the night sky. The rectangle's geometry is a gentle embrace, a place of unity woven into.
Consider the most enigmatic of the figures. The hummingbird, a graceful outline stretching 93 meters long. Its delicate wings and long beak are etched with a precision that creates a sense of floating stillness across the desert floor. Imagine it hovering quietly, a visitor from a dream, its form so light it seems to defy the heavy earth. The ancient hands that shaped it worked with a care that still whispers through the ages. This immense artwork rests softly on the plains, visible only from the quiet heights of the sky, a secret kept by the land for centuries. It waits there patient and eternal, like a memory of a fleeting moment captured in stone. Many of these lines are known as geoglyphs, created by the peaceful process of removing the dark, iron oxide-coated pebbles to reveal the lighter, sandy soil beneath. This natural contrast allows the shapes to drift softly into view from the quiet heights of the sky. Imagine the gentle work of uncovering these forms, layer by layer, like lifting a veil to reveal a hidden truth. The lines seem to breathe with the land, a conversation between earth and sky that only the heavens can fully appreciate. They rest there, patient and unseen, until the right vantage point brings them to life, a silent dialogue with the stars. These shapes wait in the silence, dreaming of the moment they are seen from above. The spider geoglyph is a marvel of ancient geometry, measuring about 46 meters in length. It is uniquely detailed, featuring a spiral that mimics a real-world species found in the Amazon, suggesting a gentle connection between the dry coast and the distant, lush rainforests. Its legs stretch out with calm precision, each one a line of quiet thought. The spiral at its center mimics a species from the rainforest, a gentle reminder of the vast connections that bind our world. These ancient designers seem to understand the delicate threads linking distant ecosystems, weaving a web that spans the continent. It waits there, a quiet link across time and space, its form a testament to the Nazca people's awareness of a far-off land. The figure known as the Astronaut, or the Giant, is a whimsical depiction of a human-like being with large, wide eyes. It seems to be waving a quiet greeting to the stars, standing as a silent sentinel over the rolling plains for centuries. Picture it there, a lone guardian under the vast night sky, its outlines softened by the ages. Its large eyes gaze upward, perhaps watching the constellations wheel by, a friend to the celestial dancers. For centuries it has kept its silent vigil, a witness to the turning of the heavens and the quiet passage of time. Its wave is a gesture of peace, a simple hello that echoes through the ages. It remains a gentle mystery, a figure of wonder etched into the earth's memory. Archaeologists believe the Nazca people may have designed these paths as sacred walkways for peaceful processions. Imagine a soft procession of people drifting slowly along these lines during quiet religious ceremonies to honor the earth. They would move like whispers, their footsteps echoing the shapes on the ground, connecting their lives to the earth and sky.
Drifting further into the quiet of the ancient world, we come to understand the protective embrace of the land. The region's extraordinary lack of wind and rain has acted as a warm, protective blanket for the lines. This atmospheric stillness preserves the delicate etchings, keeping them undisturbed and serene for nearly 2,000 years. Imagine a quiet, constant embrace from the sky, holding each line in a peaceful slumber. The dry, still air wraps around each geoglyph like a soft, invisible shroud, shielding them from erosion. The sand and stone remain untouched, as if time itself has chosen to rest here. A gentle hush lies over the land, guarding these ancient marks with a tender, silent care. The silence here is not empty, but full of stillness, like the pause between breaths.
Some researchers suggest the lines were celestial calendars, mirroring the quiet alignment of the stars. By tracing the gentle arc of the horizon, the Nazca may have predicted the arrival of life-giving rains. This connection to the cosmos adds a layer of tranquil mystery. The stars above, in their slow, eternal dance, are reflected in the earth below. It is a soft dialogue between heaven and desert, spoken in the language of lines and light. The people of these lands looked up and saw patterns, then drew them into the dust, creating a map of the sky's quiet promises. Perhaps these lines were a prayer for water, etched into the earth with hope and patience.
The monkey geoglyph features a playful, curling tail that winds in a graceful spiral. Its flowing form reflects the artistic spirit of the Nazca culture, blending nature with a dreamlike sense of symmetry. This playful figure seems to dance across the sand, its tail swirling like a gentle river. The monkey's shape is a soft meditation on movement and joy. It captures a moment of whimsy, frozen in the earth for centuries. The artist who carved this image felt a deep connection to the creature's spirit, transforming stone into a whisper of life. It reminds us of the simple joys that connect all living things, a gentle echo from the past. The desert plateau, known as the Pampa, is a vast, open space of soft ochre and gold. The silence of this high altitude creates a peaceful sanctuary where the earth and sky seem to merge into one. This endless expanse feels like a dreamscape, where the horizon softly blurs. The thin, crisp air holds a deep tranquility, wrapping the land in a soothing embrace. Here, time drifts slowly, like clouds across the sun. Standing there, one might feel the weight of centuries lift as the land itself exhales a quiet sigh. In this boundless space, the worries of the world dissolve, leaving only peace. When viewed from a drifting aircraft, the lines appear as a series of shimmering ribbons across the sand. They invite a feeling of deep calm, as if the landscape itself is whispering ancient secrets to those who listen quietly. From above, the glyphs unfold like a silent story, each line a breath frozen in time. The soft rhythm of the plane's motion lulls the mind into a gentle state, where the earth speaks in hushed tones. The shimmer of the sand catches the light, creating a dance of shadows that soothes the eyes. This vista is a lullaby for the modern mind, a gentle reminder of the slow, steady pulse of the earth. As you gaze, the world below fades, and you become part of this timeless tapestry. Across the vast desert floor, the hummingbird geoglyph spreads its wings, a delicate form stretching over 300 feet. It was made by lifting away dark iron-coated pebbles to reveal the pale sand hidden below. This gentle contrast shimmers softly under the moonlight, making the bird seem alive in the stillness. Its wings seem to hover above the earth, a fleeting moment captured for eternity. The desert night wraps around it, cool and calm, as the figure appears to float on the dark landscape. Every line was patiently crafted, a whisper of art in the quiet world. It is a silent sentinel of the past, a reminder that beauty can be born from simplicity and patience. High on the Pampa Plateau, the astronaut figure stands alone, raising a hand toward the starry sky. Its large, rounded eyes gaze upward, and an unusual limb extends in a silent greeting. It floats there, a mysterious presence in the still night air, as if waiting for a reply from the cosmos. The cold desert breeze passes by, yet the figure remains motionless, a guardian of ancient secrets. Its shape is simple yet profound, human yet not, evoking a sense of wonder that drifts through the quiet hours. Who made this being, and what message did they wish to send? It asks no questions, but its stance suggests a timeless connection to the stars above. Archaeologists believe these lines were gentle pathways for sacred walks. People moved along them in quiet rituals, their feet touching the earth in steady rhythm. They danced and chanted softly, hoping to coax life-giving rains from the skies. Each step was a prayer, a humble offering to the land. The parched desert waited patiently, and these processions were a bridge between the human heart and the heavens. The lines guided them like a silent song, and the earth listened, absorbing every hope and dream. They walked in circles and straight paths, their spirits intertwined with the dust and the stars, creating a sacred harmony that still whispers through the sands. Their voices have faded, but the echo of their footsteps lingers in the warm desert breeze. Some patterns are stunningly precise, with a single straight line running for almost 30 miles. It flows across hills and valleys, never wavering from its path. It seems guided by an invisible hand, a quiet force that holds it steady. The desert becomes a canvas for this perfect mark. The line drifts effortlessly through the rugged terrain, a thin, unwavering thread across the vast emptiness. It follows no road or river, yet its direction feels purposeful and serene. The makers must have walked it with utmost care, their vision unclouded as they etched this marvel onto the earth. Even today, from above, it appears as a gentle reminder of human dedication, a straight arrow pointing to eternity. The Nazca culture flourished long ago, from 200 BCE to 600 CE. They chose this silent desert as their sanctuary, a place to inscribe their deepest beliefs. With patient hands, they turned the earth into a canvas, each line a spiritual expression. Their art endures as a soft echo of a peaceful people. In one of the quietest corners of the world, they created a gallery of dreams, visible only to the skies. The hummingbird, the astronaut, the long straight lines, all are testaments to their gentle creativity. They worked not with brushes but with stones and earth, yet their message remains as clear as a starry night. This desert sanctuary holds their whispers, and even now it invites us to pause and listen to the silence they left behind. Imagine the Nazca people, under the vast and endless sky, using nothing more than long cords and wooden stakes. With these simple tools, they maintained perfect proportions across the desert floor. Their process was slow and meditative, a quiet ritual of patience and precision. Small sketches, perhaps drawn on a flat stone, were gently expanded into monumental visions. These designs now drift across the horizon, like waking dreams etched into the warm, golden earth. Each line was placed with care, as if the earth itself was a canvas for their silent thoughts. The work was a gentle unfolding, a way to touch the infinite from the ground. This place is one of the driest on our planet. The air is profoundly still, and the rain comes so very rarely. This dryness has been a kind and gentle preserver. For thousands of years, it has held the lines in a soft embrace. The ancient markings remain undisturbed, resting peacefully in the sand. They are like whispers from the past, carried on the warm, quiet wind. Nothing rushes here, nothing fades, and the lines simply exist in a perpetual dream of stillness. The desert cradles them, keeping their secrets safe under the sleepy sun. The spider geoglyph is a masterpiece of delicate detail. It mirrors a real spider species found far away in the Amazon rainforest. This connection speaks of a quiet bond between the dry coast and the lush jungle. There was a slow, drifting exchange of knowledge across the land. The Nazca people carried the memory of the rainforest in their hearts. They etched its secrets into the desert floor with reverent care. The spider rests there still, a symbol of a world connected by invisible threads. A gentle reminder that distance is only a thought, and all things are linked in the web of life. Many of the lines point toward the soft glow of the winter solstice sunrise. Others align with the gentle light of distant, shimmering stars. These celestial connections tell us the Nazca people lived in quiet harmony with the sky. They watched the slow drift of the cosmos, night after night. The movements of the heavens were like a sacred melody, and they danced along the ground. Their lines are a map of the stars, a reflection of the cosmic order. In making these marks, they joined the earth and the sky in a silent, eternal embrace. A rhythm of light and shadow played out on the desert floor. From the ground, the lines are subtle, undulating ripples in the earth. They blend into the warm, golden hues of the soil, almost hidden from view. A wanderer might pass by without seeing the grand design, but from high above, floating in the serene stillness, the true beauty reveals itself. Animal shapes emerge in perfect, peaceful silence. A hummingbird, a monkey, a spider, all lying gently under the sun. This revelation is meant for the sky, and for those who dream of flight. It is a quiet gift, a secret shared only with the clouds and the setting sun. The desert holds its treasures close, waiting for the right eyes to see. Still drifting softly over the desert, those ancient lines are still with us. Let them carry you deeper into a peaceful sleep. Among the most mysterious of the geoglyphs is the figure often called the astronaut. It has large, wide eyes that seem to gaze softly into the distance, and one arm is raised as if waving gently toward the horizon. This figure drifts peacefully across the desert floor, a quiet shape etched into the earth. The warm breeze of the desert seems to move around it, carrying the silence of centuries. Researchers wonder quietly about its meaning, whether it represents a shaman in a trance or a visitor from the cosmos. It remains a captivating puzzle, a dreamlike presence in the stillness, inviting reflection without demanding answers. In the fading light of dusk, it seems to come alive with a gentle energy. The colossal hummingbird figure stretches over 300 feet in length, drawn with a single, continuous line that never crosses itself. This flowing, unbroken path creates a sense of effortless movement, as if the bird is gliding softly through a warm summer breeze. The line curves and weaves, mimicking the delicate fluttering of wings without any break. Imagine the patience required to trace such a perfect, endless loop across the rough terrain. It feels like the bird is forever suspended in flight, a gentle whisper of the natural world. The shape captures the essence of a hummingbird in motion, its long beak pointing toward the sky, its wings spread in a timeless dance. The endless line of its creation speaks to the infinite, a reminder of life's continuous flow.
Scientists believe the Nazca people created these lines by gently removing the reddish-brown iron oxide-coated pebbles to reveal the lighter, pale gray sand beneath. This delicate process of layering creates a natural, muted contrast that has persisted for over 2,000 years. The dark stones were carefully lifted away, leaving behind soft, light tracks that seem to glow under the moonlight. This simple act of uncovering has allowed these images to endure, quietly marking the passage of time. The desert holds these marks like a memory, unchanging and serene. Imagine the hands that brushed away the stones, working under the vast, open sky. The muted tones blend with the landscape, a subtle artwork meant to be seen from above.
Many of the straight lines, some stretching for miles across the plateau, align precisely with the winter solstice, tracing the path of the sun as it dips low in the sky. These celestial corridors suggest a deep, quiet connection between the ancient people and the slow rotation of the stars. They seem to point toward the horizon, where the sun touches the earth in a golden moment of alignment. Walking along these lines would feel like following a silent prayer, etched into the land. The solstice sun would cast long shadows along these tracks, a yearly reminder of the cosmic order. This alignment, made with such careful observation, speaks of a people who watch the skies with reverence. The sun, in its slow journey, seems to trace these paths, a guide for the soul. The spider geoglyph is an incredible feat of precision, measuring about 150 feet and featuring a delicate, winding spiral. Its intricate legs are etched with a softness that reflects the patient, steady hand of a craftsman working in the stillness of the desert. The spider seems to rest on the sand, a silent weaver of ancient tales. The spiral pattern draws the eye inward, a gentle invitation to contemplation. This geoglyph captures the essence of patience, a testament to the quiet hours spent under the sun. Each line is a thread in a larger web of mystery, connecting the earth to the sky. In the silence of the desert, the spider waits, holding its secrets close. These geoglyphs drift through the ages, dreams woven into the earth. They are whispers from the past, gently echoing in the quiet of the night. The desert region, where the lines are etched, is known for having one of the quietest climates on Earth. Rain falls here so infrequently that the ground remains dry and untouched for years at a time. The wind is a gentle breath, never strong enough to scatter the fine grains of sand. This profound stillness wraps around the ancient artwork like a warm, unchanging blanket. It allows the lines to drift through time in a state of peaceful preservation, undisturbed by the world's haste. The air itself seems to hold its breath, cradling the delicate drawings in a timeless embrace. In this silent desert, the past feels very close, as if the lines are still being drawn in the cool morning light. Among the many figures, there is a monkey known for its whimsical, curling tail. The tail winds in a peaceful spiral that stretches for several meters across the sandy floor. This fluid shape evokes a sense of calm and playfulness, etched forever into the silent earth of the pampa. Looking upon it feels like watching a gentle dream unfold, where each curve invites a slower breath. The tail curls with such grace that it seems to float just above the sand, a lasting emblem of serenity. This spiral tail becomes a meditative path, leading the eye and spirit into a state of soft reflection. It carries a light-hearted spirit, yet it rests so heavily in time, unmoving and eternal. Some researchers suggest the lines were not meant to be seen by human eyes. Instead, they were a quiet offering to deities floating high in the clouds. This perspective transforms the entire desert into a vast open-air temple. Here, messages are whispered upward to the sky, each line a gentle breath of faith. The pampa becomes a boundless sanctuary, where the earth speaks in silent patterns to the heavens. Each etching feels like a soft hymn, carrying hope and reverence on the still air. The deities, high in those drifting clouds, might look down and see a landscape of devotion, etched with a patient hand. In this sacred space, the lines are not just drawings, they are prayers made visible, floating in the endless blue. The Nazca culture flourished between 200 BCE and 600 CE, living in a landscape of shimmering heat and golden dunes. The sun beat down on their days, casting long shadows across the warm sand. To orchestrate such massive projects, they needed deep harmony and endless patience. This was a society that cherished a shared vision of the infinite, where each individual's work blended into a seamless whole. Their ability to organize these lines speaks of a quiet strength and a profound connection to the earth and to each other. In the heart of the desert, they created a legacy of slow, intentional beauty, a gift that still whispers across time. It is a reminder that even in the harshest environments, collaboration can bloom into something eternal. Walking near the lines today is like stepping into a dream. The horizon blends softly into a hazy, pale blue, blurring the boundary between earth and sky. The vast, open spaces wrap around the visitor in a warm, silent embrace, echoing the timeless peace of the ancient Peruvian coast. Each step on the sand feels light, as if walking on layers of forgotten stories. The air is so still that you can almost hear the soft murmur of the past. In this boundless quiet, the visitor becomes part of the dream, a fleeting shadow in an eternal landscape. It is a space that invites the soul to rest, to breathe deeply, and to merge with the serene beauty of the desert. Close your eyes for a moment, and let a single image float into your mind. It is the figure of the astronaut, one of the most mysterious shapes carved into these ancient hills. Picture a humanoid silhouette resting on a gentle slope, its large, wide eyes reflecting the depth of the endless sky. One hand is raised softly, a gesture of peace and welcome. This floating form seems to drift just above the silent desert floor, motionless yet full of a quiet, dreamlike presence. It is an invitation to linger in a space of pure wonder, to let your soul be still, and simply drift with the silent figure in the warm golden light. Think now of how these lines were made by the gentle hands of the Nazca people so very long ago, in the hush of the pre-dawn hours, between 500 BCE and 500 CE. They knelt upon the desert floor and carefully removed the dark, iron oxide-coated pebbles. With a soft, patient brushing, they revealed the lighter, creamy-colored sand beneath. This was no violent act, but a tender revealing, as if the earth itself was breathing out a secret. The contrast was born from stillness, a lasting gift from a people who moved in harmony with the land. Each line is a quiet memory, a soft trail of pale sand against the dark stones, holding the whisper of their touch across the ages. Some of these geoglyphs are vast beyond imagining, like the hummingbird and the spider, stretching hundreds of feet across the serene plateau. To truly see their graceful forms, you must rise high above the arid land. Imagine floating in a peaceful dream, looking down upon these shapes as they rest upon the earth. From this gentle height, the hummingbird seems to hover, its long beak a delicate line. The spider sprawls with quiet majesty, its legs extending like soft thoughts. They lie there, almost breathing, in the morning light. They are more than art. They are slumbering giants, breathing silently into the warm desert air, waiting to be glimpsed in a moment of tranquil flight. Scientists believe these lines were more than just an offering to the sky. Perhaps, in the still of the night, they might have been sacred pathways, part of a ritual where the community walked in slow, rhythmic processions. Imagine the soft tread of feet upon the desert earth, each step a quiet meditation. The winding geoglyphs would guide them through the profound stillness, a collective journey into the heart of silence. It was a dance of the soul, a way to connect with the land and with each other, moving in perfect, tranquil harmony. These trails were not just paths, but quiet rivers of spirit flowing through the arid landscape, a gentle pilgrimage beneath the open heavens. And now, consider the climate that has protected these delicate lines. In this vast, empty quiet, the region acts as a soft, protective blanket, with almost no rain and very little wind to stir the dusty soil. This enduring stillness cradles the geoglyphs, preserving them in a quiet slumber for thousands of years. They rest in the warm, dry embrace of the desert, untouched and timeless. It is as if the earth has kept a gentle secret, holding these fragile shapes safe from the world's busy haste. In this peaceful sleep, the Nazca lines wait, dreaming of the hands that made them and the feet that once walked in quiet meditation. So let the quiet desert cradle your thoughts, as you drift with the ancient figures. In this eternal slumber, the Nazca lines whisper their secrets, carried on the softest breeze of a timeless dream. Many of the straight lines appear to point toward the horizon, where the sun rises or sets during the solstices. This celestial alignment suggests a deep, harmonious connection between the ancient people and the soft glow of the cosmos. It is as if they understood the quiet language of the stars and etched that wisdom into the very ground. These lines become pathways of light, guiding the eye and the heart toward the gentle promise of dawn or dusk. This quiet alignment whispers of a time when the sky and earth were not separate, but part of a single dreaming whole. The ancient people moved in rhythm with these celestial events, their lives gently guided by the soft light of the solstices. As we gaze upon the figures, the monkey geoglyph features a curious, spiraling tail that winds gracefully across the ground. This intricate detail showcases the artistic patience of the Nazca, who mapped out these flowing curves with a steady, calming hand. The spiral seems to hold a quiet energy, a gentle movement frozen in time. It invites us to trace its path with our eyes, slowly, like a meditation on the earth. The monkey's form seems to breathe on the plain, a silent companion under the stars. In its spiraling tail, we see a symbol of endless cycles, a gentle reminder of the calm that comes from embracing the natural flow of things. To create such precise shapes without an aerial view Researchers believe the Nazca relied on simple, humble tools, wooden stakes, and long cords. By drifting slowly across the plains, they scaled their visions into silent, magnificent monuments that whisper from the earth. Imagine them moving with the land, the cord taut under the sun, mapping out dreams with patient hands. This quiet method transformed vast spaces into canvases of calm. No rush, no hurry, just a slow unfolding of intention across the desert floor. These simple instruments became extensions of their imagination, turning the earth into a softly spoken poem.
Beneath the silent surface, the Nazca built Puquios, sophisticated spiral wells that channel underground water with quiet grace. These stone-lined spirals gently coax water to the surface, allowing life to bloom in the arid, warm environment. It was a peaceful oasis nurtured by this hidden, flowing embrace. The Puquios represent a deep understanding of the Earth's subtle gifts, a sustainable dance between human need and natural resource. This hidden water system nurtured not just crops, but a deep sense of community and tranquility. It was a quiet, life-affirming design that honored the delicate balance of the desert ecosystem.
The Pampa Desert itself is a sanctuary of profound silence, where warm, golden hues of the earth meet a pale, shimmering sky. This landscape stretches out in soft horizons, with only the light sound of a breeze drifting over ancient sands. It feels like a place where time has paused, offering a gentle embrace to all who wander through. The colors shift slowly, painting a dreamscape that soothes the senses. Standing there, one might feel the weight of centuries lifted by the gentle wind. It is a place where the soul can rest, listening to the soft whispers of history embedded in every grain of sand. The Hummingbird stretches 93 meters across the desert floor, its form so light it almost seems to float above the warm, sun-baked earth. The ancient hands that made it gently brushed away the reddish-brown pebbles, uncovering the cool, pale gray sand beneath. In the vast stillness, it rests there, a soft whisper of movement caught in quiet eternity. With simple wooden stakes and soft hemp cords, the Nazca people mapped these dreams into the deep, silent desert. They drifted from tiny sketches to monumental scales, keeping perfect proportions on the endless, warm ground. You can feel their patience in every line, a still breath of ancient ingenuity. Many believe these lines were peaceful calendars, softly aligning with the sun's first light and last glow during the solstices. They are a quiet bridge between the warm earth and the vast, drifting stars above. A deep, gentle harmony that whispers through the ages. The astronaut figure rests on a gentle hillside, his wide eyes gazing softly into the vast unknown. With a hand raised in greeting, he seems to wave quietly across centuries. A curious shape in the still desert air, you might feel his presence as a deep, silent welcome. The spider stretches 46 meters, a legless marvel of intricate detail. This rare creature was observed with deep, quiet patience, a soft testament to the Nazca's bond with nature. It waits in the vast stillness, a whisper of ancient curiosity forever woven into the desert soul. The Nazca Plateau is one of the driest places on Earth, where the air stays so perfectly still and the rain so utterly absent that these ancient creations have been cradled in a deep, warm silence for over 2,000 years, letting them drift through time undisturbed and serene, wrapped in the soft, golden hush of the desert's eternal breath. The gentle whisper of the wind never disturbs, only comforts the quiet earth, preserving every line and curve in a timeless slumber, as if the land itself is holding a deep, peaceful secret. This vast, silent aridity is a warm, protective blanket, keeping the past alive in a tender, golden stillness that feels as deep as the endless desert sky, and every grain of sand holds a quiet memory, a soft trace of the ancient hands that drew these lines in the deep, warm silence of time. Some theorists see these lines as walking temples, where people would drift in slow, meditative processions along the earth-drawn paths, their soft footfalls a quiet prayer for water and fertility whispered into the warm, still air of the arid landscape. The ritual movement left a deep, serene rhythm that still lingers in the desert. A gentle, ancient devotion that breathes softly in the golden quiet, binding the past to the present in a tender, eternal hope. It is a soft, sacred dance frozen in the dust, a silent song for the life-giving water, echoing through the vast, still silence of the plateaus, and the footsteps of the past still pulse gently under the warm, golden light. The monkey geoglyph is famous for its whimsical, spiraling tail that winds softly across the ground, a fluid, curving echo of nature's gentle, playful motions etched into the deep stillness of the desert, spanning 110 meters through the warm, pale sand like a quiet, dreamy design from a forgotten age. It carries the vast silence of the surrounding plateaus in every tender loop, whispering of a time when loving hands drew with care, celebrating life in the soft, golden light of the endless sky. Each spiral is a soft breath of imagination, a quiet, joyful mark on the sleeping earth, cradled in the deep, warm sand under the tender desert sun, as if the monkey is forever frozen in a gentle, playful whisper. The surrounding landscape is made of soft, rolling plateaus and pale horizons that blur so tenderly into the sky, where the muted earth tones create a deep, peaceful canvas for the vast network of trapezoids and straight lines resting in serene harmony. On this quiet, gentle earth, the ancient marks lie like silent songs drawn by a caring hand long ago, cradled in the warm embrace of the golden stillness as the desert breathes slowly, deeply, in a timeless, peaceful sleep. The soft rise and fall of the land is like a lullaby, holding the geometries in a tender, eternal caress, where the silence is so deep you can almost hear it breathing, and the lines lie there like quiet dreams, never to be disturbed by the passage of ages. From high above, the desert feels like a warm, silent sanctuary where history is cradled in a deep golden slumber, vast and peaceful under the soft sky, and the gentle wind carries the soft dust of centuries, keeping the secrets of the Nazca lines wrapped in a quiet, still embrace that stretches beyond the horizon. All the ancient whispers rest here in the soft folds of the land, guarded by the slow, deep breaths of the desert as it sleeps beneath the starlit night, holding the past in a tender, eternal stillness. The secrets are so deeply kept, they feel like a soft, warm weight on the soul, a quiet, golden dream that the desert will never wake from, and the lines remain as eternal whispers on the earth, cradled in the silent, still air of the ancient plateau. Let the soft clouds part, and feel the warm, vast desert below, where the giant geoglyphs sleep in eternal stillness. The delicate hummingbird and the patient spider, traced by the Nazca people between 500 BCE and 500 CE, their hands gently swept away the dark desert pebbles, uncovering the pale, sandy earth beneath, a tender canvas exposed to the deep, still sky. These silent shapes rest in the golden light, their curves and lines a quiet secret, waiting to be felt from high above, in the soft embrace of the clouds. You can almost hear the whisper of ancient hands, the quiet breath of the desert holding their memory. The geoglyphs dream in the stillness, their vast shapes a tender lullaby carved into the warm earth, a secret only the clouds can fully touch. In the warm desert glow, the astronaut figure waits, a curious humanoid shape with wide, peaceful eyes, gazing toward the soft horizon. Some dream of visitors from distant stars, but archaeologists sense a shaman in quiet transcendence. His gentle stare bridges the deep earth and the tender sky, holding a moment of stillness between two realms. Feel the soft pulse of this ancient vision, the quiet line between worlds. He stands as a silent guardian, his shape a whisper of connection in the vast desert. His wide eyes hold the deep peace of the infinite, a quiet bridge to the tender sky. The lines stretch across the vast, arid pampa, where the air is still and the wind rarely whispers. This timeless, dusty embrace preserved the designs for millennia, the driest place on earth, keeping the art in a tender, warm hold. They sleep there, deep in the quiet, shielded by the endless silence. The stillness caresses each line, a soft, protective veil. You can feel the deep, calm patience of the desert, holding the secrets of the Nazca in a warm, dusty lullaby. The desert cradles them in a timeless sleep, a warm, still blanket over the ages. Many straight lines drift like ribbons toward distant mountains, miles across the desert floor. They might be sacred walkways, places for rhythmic meditation during spiritual ceremonies. You can almost feel the soft steps in the vast, warm silence, a gentle rhythm echoing through the ages. Imagine the soft procession of souls moving in quiet harmony, their feet touching the warm earth. The lines carry the memory of their meditation, a faint, tender whisper in the still air. These paths are silent now, but you can feel the soft echo of footsteps in the warm sand. The Nazca people used Puquios, underground aqueducts that coax water from hidden aquifers. These spiral wells breathe life into the desert, creating a peaceful oasis where green things grow in the warmth. Life blooms in the still air, a soft whisper of renewal in the deep quiet. Feel the cool, gentle water seeping upward, a hidden pulse of life. In the warm desert, these wells sing a quiet song of survival, a tender embrace of life in the vast stillness. The water whispers through the spirals, a quiet heartbeat in the desert's deep quiet. Long before anyone could see them from the sky, the ancient Nazca people worked with simple tools, with ropes and wooden stakes pressed into the warm dust. They let a center point float like a heartbeat and measured outward from that still place, carving giant harmonies into the earth with nothing but patience and human hands. It was a quiet, deliberate act, a vast mirror of natural order drawn upon the desert floor. Feel the shape of the hummingbird emerging from the pale ground, a fluid masterpiece of motion stretching over 300 feet. Its wings sweep across the plateau in a graceful, silent arc, frozen in a moment of flight. To the Nazca, these birds were messengers drifting through the heavens, carrying prayers upward to the rain gods so that life-giving water would fall upon the thirsty, waiting soil below. The secret lies in the skin of the plateau itself, coated in a deep layer of dark iron oxide pebbles that hold the sun's scorching heat. Beneath this burnt shell rests a lighter, softer subsoil, and the artist simply drifted those dark stones aside with a gentle sweep. What remains is a pale, permanent imprint left untouched for centuries, a silent whisper against the darker surface. A heavy, silent atmosphere envelops this entire region, a stillness so complete the horizon seems to melt into the pale yellow sand. There is no sharp edge between earth and sky here, just a soft, seamless dream. This profound quiet wraps around the modern visitor like a gentle shroud, letting you feel the same sense of wonder, the same breathless contemplation that the ancient creators breathed in centuries ago. As the golden sun finally descends over the distant Andean foothills, the shadows begin to lengthen and stretch across the lines. The figures seem to lift, to float softly upon the darkening earth, as if they are finally waking from a long sleep. The whole landscape weaves itself into a tapestry of warm ochre and deep amber, a peaceful, nocturnal glow that wraps the desert in a final, loving embrace for the night. High above the Peruvian plateau, a hummingbird of earth stretches its 310-foot wingspan, traced by hands that brushed away dark pebbles to unveil a gleam of light beneath the desert. Etched into a sloping hillside, the astronaut figure stands with wide eyes and raised arms, a quiet mystery blended into the warm sandy contours, gazing peacefully toward the endless horizon. Lines stretch for miles across the pampa, impossibly straight over the undulating earth, where people once drifted in quiet sacred procession, their footsteps soft on the path beneath the open sky. The desert holds them close, a blanket of arid air with no rain and the softest breath of wind, keeping the lines still for millennia in the silent warmth. Ancient researchers once dreamed of them as a calendar of light, aligned with the winter solstice, mirrors of the night sky linking the Earth to the drifting stars. Water is a precious hidden treasure in this region, a secret pulse beneath the desert. Many lines are thought to point toward subterranean aqueducts known as Puquios, these spiraling stone wells drawing a gentle flow of water from the darkness, sustaining life in the heart of the shimmering heat. The spider geoglyph is a marvel of precision, drawn as one single continuous line that never crosses itself. This flowing, uninterrupted path suggests a meditative process of creation, weaving a silent story into the dust with every careful turn. To create these vast images without an aerial view, the Nazca likely used simple tools like wooden stakes and long cords. By measuring distances with a quiet, rhythmic precision, they projected small sketches into the expansive landscape, stretching their dreams across the Earth. Many of the figures are stylized as outlined shapes, creating a soft contrast between the deep brown surface and the pale creamy soil. This subtle color palette evokes a sense of warmth and timelessness as the sun sets over the plateau, bathing everything in a gentle amber glow. The region is characterized by a profound heavy silence, where the only sound is the soft whisper of the wind. In this peaceful void, the lines exist as a lingering conversation between an ancient civilization and the modern world, a message carried on the breath of the desert. And with that, I think we've traveled far enough tonight, across the silent plateau and through the secrets of the Nazca lines, desert enigmas that have whispered their stories into your dreams. Now it's time to let those mysteries drift away, like lines fading into the twilight sand.
If this gentle journey helped you drift off, maybe leave a like as a quiet thank you, and if you subscribe, I'll be right here whenever you need me, waiting in the stillness, ready to guide you back to rest. Good night. Sleep well. And remember, the desert holds its secrets lightly, and whenever you're ready, there will always be more to discover. Rest now, everything is exactly as it should be.